Hi guys. Oh, we are in my living room. I was going to do this video earlier. I'm sorry I have not put up very many videos. I have been really busy. If you've been following my Instagram, you know that I've been making a bunch of those little neck knives I've been making. I made, I think I made 5 of them in the last couple weeks, last week or so. But I've been giving up time after. So when I finish with my insurance stuff, I go to the knife shop. And I've been up there till pretty much 7 or 8 o'clock every night. I was there till like midnight last night, and I was there for the majority of the morning, and I decided to give myself the afternoon off because I'm exhausted. I am tired. I needed a day off. So tomorrow I have to work, which is Sunday. But what we're here to talk about is not my personal life. We are here to talk about this knife right here. And this is a knife that any of you guys that have seen Nick Shabazz's channel knows he really loves this knife as well. I had one of these knives years ago. I had one of these knives and it came up missing. I don't know if it got lost. I don't know if it got stolen. You know, military stuff gets taken. It's just the way it is. You leave your gear layout, somebody takes something. But what this is the Ontario Knife Company. So this is Ontario Knife Company Model 1, also known as the Rat 1. This is a knife that is one of those ones that sits in that realm of knives where you guys usually don't see me talk about it. You usually are seeing things like Fair and Forged Knife Works knives. You're seeing really super high-end custom stuff that people have sent me to sharpen. But what this is a straight up $40 knife. $39. This is the D2 model. This is $39 every day. You can get this every day on Amazon for $39. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this has been spending a lot of time in my pocket. This was in a box that was sent by our anonymous benefactor. So what you have is you've got a 3.5-inch D2 blade in a 5-inch handle with steel liners. It's a liner lock, but it's not too heavy. It's not too big. It does allow for all 4 points, tip up, tip down carry, left hand, right-handed. It does have a dual thumb stud, which allows you to deploy right or left-handed. And once I took it apart and cleaned it up a little bit, it is nice and smooth. You can thumb flip it. It rides on washers. So it has what looks like either 2 phosphor bronze washers or brass washers, I'm not sure which, but on top of those is a really super thin Teflon washer. And it's smooth. Deploys nice. It cuts well. It's a nice thin edge. It's a full flat grind. It's a nice thin edge. It's D2 steel. I haven't even taken the factory edge off this because it was ground very well. But this falls into that area of knives that are knives that you can afford that are still amazing. Nick Shabazz said it when he and I were texting back and forth. I had watched his video and then this showed up. I watched his video about the Rat 1. I've watched it a couple times. And I was texting him, I was like, check it out. One of these just showed up. I said, I haven't had one of these for years. He's like, well, what do you think? And I was like, it's amazing. At $40, you cannot go wrong with that knife. And he goes, yeah, sometimes something being a gem doesn't require that it is, my knife case is right here. I would put that knife up against, I'd put this knife up against this $400 Riat. Every bit as useful, every bit as nice as a knife. Is it as pretty? No, it's not as pretty. But when you're looking at having something that you can rely on, something you can carry, and something that if something happens to it, you're not going to be thinking about the fact that you just lost $400. So these knives are made in Taiwan. Now, I'm not as picky as Nick. I don't give a crap what the markings on the blade look like, because in all likelihood, if you know the truth, there's a good chance this knife's gonna get taken apart, the blade's gonna get ceramic coated. I've been carrying it for, a good bit. You can't really see it too much, but you can see, just like a lot of other companies, this is basically just some spray paint. But that doesn't matter, because guess what? I'm gonna take it apart, I'm gonna take the pocket clip off, I'm gonna spray paint it. Not spray paint it, ceramic coat it. The only complaint I have is even when you do have the pocket clip down tight, it moves a little bit. You run into that with a plastic handle as opposed to G10 or something like that, because it's just plastic. It's a plastic handle on top of a liner. So you have a really good work knife. Jimping on this. The jimping on it is actual jimping. It actually is there. It's not too sharp, but it's actually there and it's actually useful. And you can actually, you know, you can use it to keep, to choke up on. Really comfortable to carry. Pocket clip's not too bad. It doesn't really dig into your hand too much. There are some things that irritate me about the knife. There's not very much. You can see how you get down on that liner lock, but it's just not quite enough for me. I have to, a lot of times I have to put my finger in here to disengage the liner lock. I don't like liner locks. I really don't like liner locks. Can I live with a liner lock? Yeah, I love this knife, even though it's a liner lock. I'd much prefer something like this to have a back lock. Something like this with a back lock would just be about perfect. It'd be a lot like a Spyderco. The blade design gives you nice flat with a big belly. Like I said, it's full flat grind. It cuts really well. I've cut a bunch of cardboard with it here recently. I haven't had to sharpen it yet. It's still really sharp. It's hair popping sharp. But that's exactly what this is. This is a work knife. This is a beast. This is a horse. This thing will hog through whatever it is you need to cut through it. And I'm not going to take the time because I am really tired to do the turn the camera around. Well, I may. We'll do that. We'll do that right now. We'll do that right now. So guys, here's a more close-up view that you get here. Like I said, it's just plastic. I've been carrying it a lot. You can see it's got some pocket wear. They're not going to ever be something that you would pass down to your children. This is something that's not going to wind up being an heirloom piece like some of my other knives. Some of my other knives in my case are knives that are going to last more than a lifetime. My daughter could feasibly give them to her children. You do have a lanyard hole here if you like to carry with a lanyard. And let's see, one of the things that irritates me about some knives is you have that lanyard hole there, and then when you close the knife, the blade touches up against the lanyard. That's not really going to be a problem here. The blade does not. But like I said, you can see the pocket clip is starting to show signs of being in and out of the pocket, being used. The edge on it, I said the edge, it came really sharp. It is still a factory edge on it. The only thing I've done is I was up at Elliott's and I had used it, and there was a little spot here that felt like it was maybe a little bit rolled, and I did run it on Elliott's leather strop he has there in the shop, and it seemed to have taken care of it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, basically what you have here is just a $40 knife that will last you, and you can work with it. Now there's another $40 knife that I got in the case that I was going to talk about too, and since we got this, we'll pull it up. Give me just a second. Now this is another knife that came in that case. This is an incredibly nice knife, and it is as well $40. And this is a Ryuke. Ryuke. And this is the P108SF. And it's a stainless steel frame lock. It's not too heavy. It's the same weight as in Ontario, and it is a frame lock. And I've carried this a few times here recently, and I really like this. This is another $40 knife you can get on Amazon. This is a Flashlight brand. They have their own brand of knives. This knife ground really well. I like this blade design. Steel frame lock. Steel black backspacer. Pocket clip is nice and wide. It is a deep carry. I don't usually like deep carry pocket clips. I really don't like this one either, but it's not a bad pocket clip. It's nice and wide. It doesn't walk around in your pocket at all, but one of the unique things about this one is it has a safety lock on it so that you can't disengage the frame lock. Now, people are like, oh, it's a steel frame lock. Well, here's the thing. This is a steel frame lock, right? Well, this, as much as I love the guys at Fair & Forge, this is a titanium frame lock. But one of the things that makes this so expensive, besides the fact that's all hand done and it's a one-off, and they're hand assembled and hand tuned by Chris and Elliott, and they're smooth and gorgeous, but they have to account for titanium on steel. So they have to take the additional step of putting in a steel lock bar insert. Well, if you have a steel frame lock, you don't need a lock bar insert because it's steel on steel all the time. And this carries really well. It's really comfortable, carries really well. The action on it's nice and smooth. I mean, it's not gorgeous smooth, but it flips really well. It does flip really well. Now I haven't had it apart yet, which I will, because I imagine that I am going to change the color of this. But this is like I said, this is another knife that $40 gets you a lot of knife. And it was sharpened fairly well as well. These two knives both, these two knives both came to me with a better sharpening job at $40 than this Crook River. And don't ask, this one's already been sold. I do have to fix the edge, but I mean, you can see. Let me see if you're gonna be able to, let me see if I can get it zoomed in on this. Focus. 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 It's very badly ground. One side has got a much more steep angle at the tip than the other one, and that angle is incorrect the entire edge of the knife. This is a $150 knife. This is a $40 knife. You should not have quality issues. No, it won't focus. You shouldn't have quality issues where there are things about a $40 knife that are better than your $150 knife. So, you know, just price does not always indicate quality. Well, this isn't a bad knife. This is a really large folder. This would be a good hunting folder. But it's just, you know, this has been my thing with Benchmade for a while now, is the attention to detail with their sharpening. And I don't like the Hunter Orange G10 on the back. But this is the G10 model, and it's not unattractive. I think I would, if I was going to have purchased one, I would have gotten the wood. But, you know, this came in that set of, that box of knives that our mysterious benefactor gave me. Now, as soon as I do an actual video on this one, it's going to my friend Matt. He already said he wants it, and I said that's fine. He can have it. He paid for it. So, and that money's going to go back into the channel to do things like when we went to the California Custom Show. But yeah, these two knives at the $40 price point are really, really, really good. Now, granted, this is made in Taiwan. This one is made, I would imagine this one is made. It doesn't say. It does not say. It's and this one, I'm going to do a little bit more research on this one and get the blade steel and everything. And I am going to sharpen it and do some cutting with it. But I've used this one. So these are both, like I said, $40 knives that at the price point, you're getting a ton of knife for, you know, a lot of people wouldn't think is going to be. And like I said, I had one of these before. It was in AUS 8 though. I had the Rat one in AUS 8. This is D2. I think AUS 8, they're still going for like 29 bucks. These are 39. You're getting a knife that you can rely on, that's every bit as nice, every bit as good for your day-to-day tasks as something much more expensive. So if you are in the market for something, don't overlook the Rat 1 or the Rat 2. I don't think you can get the Rat 2 in D2 steel yet. I think only the Rat 1. So, all right, guys, let me get this turned back around. Hi guys, well, we're in real close. Sorry, I'm actually sitting on a footstool in my living room. I meant to do this, but I was so tired. I got to the shop early this morning, and then I was just so tired that I left. And I came back home. I actually took a nap, and the day escaped me. And when I was getting ready to do the video, my daughter was doing her P90X so that she's in top physical condition for her ice skating. So I didn't want to bother her, and I didn't want that to be a distraction while I was making a video. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's the video. It was just, I wanted to get that out there, get that one. I am making more of the neck knives. If you've not followed me on Instagram, I have done some interesting finishes lately. I did some gear pattern. That really wasn't that popular. I had somebody actually say, look, if you will take that gear pattern off and just make it all high gloss black. It was Nico. Nico bought it. the Deadpool knife went. One of the agents at the insurance agency where I work purchased it for her husband for a birthday present, and the all black one went to Chuck, my follower Chuck. So Chuck, that knife, your knife, should be going off to Florida to Armitage Carry to get a sheath. So yeah, those are all gone. So if you want one, I can still make one. I have a piece of steel. I just don't have any ready to go right now. So if you want one, let me know, and I can still make. I can still make them. It's just going to take it's going to take a little bit longer than it usually would, because I had been going up on Saturdays to heat treat. It's the season of the year where my daughter and I are going to spend Daddy-Daughter Day. You guys are going to get to see a good bit of that too. Knott's Berry Farms, this weekend marks their first week they're doing it. Not this weekend, next weekend. It's free for military, retirees, and one guest. And my daughter and I go up there every Saturday that it's free, and we go ride roller coasters, and we have a good day and just enjoy being daddy-daughter, because those days are going to come to an end eventually. She's not going to want to spend time with daddy, but she still likes to ride roller coasters. So yeah, that's it. Tomorrow I may do another video tomorrow. It depends how I feel. I'm doing enrollment for a company tomorrow on Sunday. I don't take days off. I don't know if you guys know that. So when people went on and complained about prices about things that I've made or sharpening, or I wouldn't send my knife to somebody who says they're going to put a razor edge on something, because that's not the kind of edge you need for this and that. And obviously those people that are saying that have never listened to what I say. If you don't want a mirror edge on your knife, it won't get a mirror edge. I will take it to 2,000 grit, 1,000 grit, 5,000 grit, 8,000 grit. You want it at 1,000 grit, I'll do it. Depends on what you want. The sharpening service that I provide is up to the customer. And for that guy that was like, you don't know what you're talking about, and a polished edge is just fancy for cutting paper and things like that, that's not necessarily true. My edges are a little bit different because I've found a way to maintain the micro striations. But the flip side of that too is, like I said, I grew up hunting. I do know what kind of edge it takes to cut meat and cut skin and to skin out a deer. I do know that. And I got news for you. That edge that I put on a knife, it does amazing at it. So I think if you're watching my videos, you're going to know who you are. And it was on that cold steel video. So like I said, keep in mind, if you guys know what you're going to be doing with the knives that you're sending me, let me know ahead of time, and I'll have an idea. Like that knife that I made that had the wrap, the guy that bought it, I only put a 3,000 grit edge on it because it's going to be out and about. It needs a toothier edge for more bushcraft things. So I do know these things. That's why I decided that I was going to start charging people to sharpen knives. I'm not an idiot, as much as some people on the internet would love to say it. I'm not an idiot. I'm not full of myself either. I'm really not. Sorry guys, that's it. I'm gonna get this video put together. I'll get it put up. Follow me on Instagram. It's _Emler_edge. I've got some stuff in the works, you guys. Some big stuff in the works. Not to let the cat out of the bag, but there might be stuff coming from Mastrop for me to sharpen. There might be stuff coming from Reich knives for me to sharpen. And if that happens, I'm going to be able to devote more time to the sharpening, less time to the insurance, and spend more time with my baby girl, because that means I can work at home. So, and I can set my own schedule. I can set my own schedule now. I've been working part-time hours with Aflac the last week or so because I had knives that people decided they wanted knives. I had to make them. So that's it, guys. I'm sorry it's been so long. I will try to do a video every couple days, but like I said, just been so busy. I even took my tripod up to the shop up at Fair and Forge, and I didn't get around to it. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm fucking exhausted. I really am. I'm just so tired. I can't do anything else today. And there's a good chance that I was planning on taking my shop clothes. I was going to go do the enrollment because it's real close to the Fair and Forge area, and I was going to work on making some knives. But the thing is, there's not the proper abrasive belts right now. Well, there are, but if I use them, Elliot's not going to have them. So I'm waiting. I don't want to use up all of his stock. 2, I am just tired. I need to give myself a day off. I haven't had a day off in probably 3 weeks. So, all right, guys, that's it. You guys take it easy. If you follow me on Instagram, that's where a lot of my live feed stuff is. If you really like my videos, I do have a link to my Patreon down in the comments below. Up here is a subscribe button, and over here above my cowboy hat is going to be a link to a video that YouTube thinks you like. All right, you guys, take it easy. Oh, if I can do it, go to my friend Alex, Outdoors 55. Go to his channel. He does all kinds of cool stuff on his channel too. So, all right, take it easy.